can't turn your phone on. I know that. So we're going to test this out, guys. Hey, good morning. Not good morning, huh? It's good afternoon.
It's a good afternoon in Escondido.
That's what it is. It's 5 o'clock. We're here in North County, and I'm with a good friend here, David DaCosta. How you doing, David?
Well, I see blue skies, so I'm doing great.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, tomorrow's supposed to be some clouds, but we're here. It's, I believe it's a Wednesday afternoon, and we're out here talking to business people here and professionals here in North County. And I asked David to help me out, to come out here. You guys seen us do these in the past. Me and Juan Velasco do a lot of these, and during the Business Expo we did a lot of it. But the whole idea with My Same North County is to come out here and share the best of North County. Talk about great business professionals.
I thought this was just a David thing, David to David.
Well, hey, this is double D, David DaCosta, David Zamaya here. But the whole idea is, how do we share and bring North County together? But this man next to me has been a mentor. I met you when I was in Oceanside Chamber, and you were connected, and you still are even more connected now.
Careful, certain people of different ethnicities take that word the wrong way, okay?
I
have connections.
There you go. You have connections. But the whole idea is giving back to community, and I see you and I saw you when I first met you. I mean, you do so much for the community. I mean, I still remember La Jolla, La Costa Film Festival.
Yeah, that's going back a few years.
You were out there, but you share a lot because you.
Well, it's part of my philosophy, and I guess I got that from my mother back in Jamaica. She's very service-oriented, and she gave a lot. She used to work for the American Embassy back there, and she helped a lot of families, immigrate to different parts of the world. So I do enjoy giving.
Yeah. And that's where I first met you. I didn't know you were from Jamaica or you lived in Jamaica. That was, great. I'm spoiled here. I'm a native San Diegan. So when I meet somebody that doesn't live here and is from Jamaica, I go, wow, that's pretty cool.
So, are you going to ask me for my Jamaican accent?
Okay, go ahead. Give me a Jamaica.
David, I'm glad you're here, man. Good to see you. One love.
I love it.
All right.
I love, what's the Jamaican medication we were talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about, David.
Anyways, again.
Usain Bolt?
There you go. There you go. So the whole idea is having fun, but being professional. David, what do you do for a living? You got to tell me. I know, well, but let's tell the audience. What do you do?
I'm in the real estate business. I've been licensed since 2001, and that's my passion. But it's not just buying and selling homes. It's everything that goes along with that. Taking somebody by the hand. I call it doing the dance sometimes because you got to know the steps, right? Because you're working with different personalities. Right. So that's the part that I really, truly enjoy. And to get, whether it be a young couple, a retired couple, a middle-aged couple, or a single, or a senior, or whatever it is, whatever spectrum of life they're in, to get them to that finish line of either selling the house, moving on to their next adventure, or getting into that special house that's going to be their lifelong dream.
I would say that's your biggest investment you make, usually, right?
Usually, yes.
I say usually because some people buy multiple houses, or some people just buy businesses, and
So yeah, that's the real estate is a fun industry, but I enjoy everything that goes along with it.
Well, the realtors I have met, and you're one of those that put that relationship as one of the top priorities in that real estate transaction.
Well, yes, and it's how do you get your clients? Well, it's through my relationships, and I like to have different adventures in life. Like you said, you mentioned the film festival or maybe a chamber of commerce. I like to be diverse in how I meet people because that is a true passion, I think, enjoying people. I have an inquisitive mind. I like to ask people where you're from, what do you do for a living, because I am naturally curious. I like, even before I was in real estate, I was this way.
Well, I gotta say, when I first told you that I was leaving the Chamber of Commerce in my role that I had and starting this idea, it's like, okay, David, what's this idea? Okay, you want to do this and do that, but I saw a void with North County that we don't have a common voice or a common digital platform. And I got to thank you because you came out to me and we did one of your video interviews, right?
That was about 4 years ago now?
God, I ran into it. It's still probably on YouTube out there, but I was nervous because I wasn't used to being in front of the camera. But when you're passionate about something, it's easy to talk about.
It comes out, yeah.
And that's what I'm here. I don't do scripts when I do these events or these interviews, and I apologize for those that get offended for me going off script because there's no script to go off right now. But it's how do you go from the heart? If you told me to read a script, I couldn't do it. So it's like from the heart, and this is where I see you have this heart to go. You're out there. You're not talking, okay, how can I make business? How can I make business? It's how can you make relationships?
Again, how can I help people?
Right, exactly. And speaking of help, so right now I know you're active in a couple other organizations, opportunities. How do you call them?
Endeavors.
Endeavor. There you go. That endeavor. That's that word.
It's just living my life.
Right.
And you know, for the last 10 years or so, I've made transitions where I've had a varied background in, you know, Fortune 500 companies in sales and distribution and financial services, and owned a restaurant, and now full-time real estate and all aspects, a little bit of commercial, rentals, what have you. But the fun part is it's my lifestyle. So it's not 8 to 5 by any sense of imagination. I live my life. You know, I can be on the golf course, I can be on vacation, and or I can be in a line at Starbucks, and or in the cashier waiting to check out groceries, and all of a sudden the conversation turns to real estate. And wait a minute, I can help you.
There you go.
And so it's natural. I do enjoy it.
Well, that's good, and it shows. I mean, just your passion at what you do, and that's what I appreciate and respect a lot about you. But I want to know, you're also involved in the Encinitas Chamber. Is that one?
Yes, Encinitas Chamber. It's going on about 18 years now.
Wow.
I was on the board way back, and then I was a lifelong ambassador, and then I recently came back to the board. They invited me, and I said, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
And then what the other one I really like is your film festival. Now you're with the San Diego Film Festival.
San Diego International Film
there you go.
Festival. That's a fun, rewarding project as well. Thanks to the director there, and Tanya Mantooth. She heads up a beautiful organization which has gone, because of COVID, totally virtual.
Right.
And we have annual memberships, so you can see screenings, brand new stuff. We give back to education. We have our educational foundation part of it. So yeah, the San Diego International Film Festival is one of my passions as well.
Good. And I remember John Carney Foundation. Is that still, what was that group called?
Yeah, John and Steve Weatherford, they used to do a business meal, and they'd bring all their NFL friends and buddies across the country and put together, they called it Dinner with the Pros. So I was volunteering, and I helped John and his family do that a couple of years. So yeah.
Well, there's so much in North County, but you service anybody in the whole county and outside, but you specialize along the 78 corridor a little bit more, or do you just anywhere?
You know, I'll go where there's fun people to talk to, and if I can have a good time, that's my bonus.
Exactly. Well, and you mentioned the Encinitas Chamber. Are you involved in any of the business groups? I remember SBRG.
Again, well, Carl's on the chamber subject was with Carlsbad for a long time too. But you know, sometimes you can have, you know, sometimes the plate just isn't big enough and stuff overflows.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's crazy.
I gotta cut back a little bit. You just asked me a question.
Well, we're talking about business networking and.
Yes, so I do run my own little networking group too. We recently went through a transition. It's now called Live by Referral.
There you go.
So again, the feeling being, it's not just about getting business referrals or getting leads, or we're not going to find you if you don't show up with a lead this week. It's about taking the time to understand who the individuals are, what their makeup is, their likes, their dislikes, their family, and business does happen accordingly.
Well, I'm saving the best for last.
Uh-oh.
I say the best for last only because...
Is it going to be cocktail hour soon?
Hey, we're right next door to the new Barrelway Public here in downtown Escondido, right? But you started doing something, or you got involved in something that I really respect. Partake. Is it called Partake?
Park bench?
Park bench, there you go.
Yeah,
park
like
bench.
we're sitting on a park bench.
Exactly. Know? So we're on a park bench, but this is something great. I mean, you're out there. I mean, nobody's paying for this. You're out there coming out there and sharing stories.
Right. So park bench kind of evolved mainly because of COVID. Right. I'd started doing something similar way back, but COVID kind of brought it to the forefront because there are a lot of businesses and people that kind of went into hiding.
Right.
You know, they didn't want to go out, they didn't want to promote, they didn't know if businesses were open or closed. So I kind of drew them out. I says, you know, we sponsor this community website
right.
in San Marcos in the Carlsbad area, parkbench.com.
Okay.
And I said, let's do Zoom interviews.
Okay.
So 5 or 6 basic questions, take 5 or 10 minutes and do an interview,
Okay.
broadcast it out there on social media. Not that I'm an expert, but most people have their own following on social media. And then, when I told them and they got it, they said, wow, David, this is great. So that's been a fun thing the last 6-7 months as well.
Well, when I see him, I share him. So if you guys ever see on our My St. North County page, if I see his post come up, I'll be sharing them. And the whole idea again is bringing people together and sharing the best of North County to me. And your focus, that park bench is focused on San Marcos.
Those are San Marcos and the Carlsbad, because those are what I was allowed to do.
Exactly.
So I kind of stick to
There you
the
go.
script now.
So that's what I think. You do your real estate. That's your livelihood. But here you are giving and engaging in these relationships. That's a secret formula for success, isn't it?
Well, it's to me, I don't know if it's a secret formula. The success part to me is feeling good inside.
Yeah. Which was going to be my question. How do you define success?
Well, I beat you to the punch.
Exactly.
didn't I?
You got me too, man.
I feel good about inside the path I've taken, where I am in my life. I'm living the lifestyle that I enjoy doing. Somebody once said, I don't know if it was Mike Ferry, one of my business coaches, but he said, live the life that you never have to take a vacation from, if necessary. And I take vacations, thank God, good. But I feel as if most of the time I'm on a semi-vacation. I really do.
Well, we are in San Diego, so.
That has a little bit to do with it, yes.
And a day like this, it's probably like 75, 80? It's a
well,
cool
the breeze
breeze.
is cool.
Yeah.
There's not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah, so this is Escondido, guys, but we're all over the
Where
place.
Are we? Maple Creek.
This is Maple Creek. This is Maple Street Plaza.
Maple Street Plaza. There's no creek here, folks.
Yeah,
Just to
well,
let you know.
there's a creek on the other side, but this is a Maple Street. But we're right here. We're talking a little bit about Cruising Grand. I invite you to come out here on a Friday night, pre-COVID. On Friday nights, this street on Grand Avenue, which is loaded.
Can I get the '67
It's probably
Mustang?
out there. It's probably out there. They have all vehicles are out there. So, and every week they would have a special car club come out. So it'd be Mustang night or Cobra night or Bet night or one time, of course, I'm particular. I had a '63 Porsche, so I love my old little cars. So anything old and German, I used to love those cars.
Was that the bathtub?
It's a little bathtub with the hardtop. So
okay,
it's always trading places. Eddie Murphy and that little convertible, but I couldn't afford the convertible, so I had the hardtop. But anyway, so on a Friday night, I heard it's coming back. So once it's live, we'll find out by the end of June if it's live, and we'll invite you to come back out here. So we're downtown Escondido, everybody. This is My St. North County. We're going live right now, so I can't see who's on there, but I appreciate you guys being on here. We're going to save this, and it was like kind of turning the camera around because David's been doing so many interviews and supporting other businesses. Is kind of we flipped it over, and now David was on the spot.
This is a little different, but you know what? Maybe there's another future out there for me.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Hey, there's futures. Whatever we want to do, it's only going to happen if we put it out there and say it, right?
Exactly.
What is it? A dream? If you don't write down, it's a goal is a dream unless it's written down.
Right, and it's never over until somebody sings, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And speaking of getting over and being done, we're going to sign off, everybody. But I really encourage you go out to you're on social media. And you have a website. It's DaCosta Properties, am I correct?
DaCostaProperties.com. That's DaCosta like La Costa, but with a D.
There you go.
And my broker is Harcourt's Prime Properties out of Carlsbad.
Fantastic. And again, we'll be putting links on here to the park bench. So go out there, and the people that David's interviewing, these businesses, go out there and support them because we're coming out of the COVID pandemic, and right now we're both fully vaccinated, so we're close to each other here. We're outdoors, practicing being safe and healthy, but we gotta support these businesses to get this economy back
Before
going.
you shut us down, I just want to thank you. Okay.
What'd I do?
From David to David. This could be a show, guys.
There you go.
But I want to thank you for doing this.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure to you. It's an honor to be able to be here. Did you know there's over 25 different business associations in North County? So between chambers of commerces and downtown business groups and downtown village groups, and then there's 10 different incorporated cities. So this is part of what we're doing is David's not in Escondido, but my office is, but he services different areas. We're out here bringing people together, and that is our mission. We're taking a challenge in June. Every Wednesday we're going to be here, sometime during Wednesday, maybe 5 o'clock, usually is my goal, is we're going to go out there and invite certain business professionals to come out here from all over the place in North County. So thank you very much for being our first guinea pig. How's that one?
Okay. I've been called worse.
But we love what we do, and if anybody has any suggestions or anything that they want to shout out, give me a reach out. You can send us a messenger here on Facebook. And one little commercial I'm going to put out there. If anybody loves wine, which some people do, right?
I've heard that, yes.
Did you know there's almost 100 different wineries in North County? So between Ramona to Julian to Fallbrook to Del Mar, well, I don't know if there's one in Del Mar, but Solana Beach has one.
I was wondering why we didn't do this at a winery, David.
Well, we will be.
Oh, okay.
They're not all open on Wednesdays,
All
but
right.
it is Wine Wednesday today, so we should. If we're in a public place, so we can't bring out the wine. But I invite you guys to the Ramona Valley Vineyard Association or Winery Association is doing a wine trail for the month of June.
So, folks, let me interrupt him. Put in the chat box that you want the next interview to be held at a winery.
So,
deal?
There you go. I think Bernardo Winery's open, so we could probably do a Bernardo Winery crash over there.
I just did a little interview on La Flor Winery in,
There you go. Great
in
people,
San
aren't they?
Marcos.
Aren't they great people?
Dana and her
I
husband.
love them. We did some talk with it. So that's where come out, Ramona. There's a wine trail happening in Ramona. I'll put that message in there as well. But anyways, we got to support local businesses. We have a page dedicated to wine in the Facebook group. It's called North County Wine. Then we got one North County Beer. We got North County Eats. Right now, Escondido Eats is doing a best of Escondido.
I think that's why they call him Mr. North County or the mayor of
There you
North County.
go. Well, we play around with it, but again, I want to sign off and appreciate you, David. Thank you so much. And pardon my reach, but I'm going to go out there and end this little button here. Thank you very much, everybody. And make sure to follow us and share a link and reach out and talk to David if he can help you.
Talk to David.
Double.
Great job, man.
Hey, we're still live. There you go.
Oh, great
There you go.
job, David.
There you go.